At Taurus Tech, we do a couple of things. Number one, there's a lot of different certifications that are required in New York City, especially. It's probably the most, out of all of the states in the United States, there are by far a lot more certifications in New York than any other. So the FDNY has over 106 different certification exams, licensure if you want to work in different capacities. Then you have DCAS if you want to work in certain capacities, licenses. So we prepare people for a lot of those things. And in addition to that, what I started to realize was there's a difference between the theoretical and the practical. You have to have the hands-on experience to kind of go along with that. Now, on the HVAC side, HVAC is not specifically structural, or if it is structural, it's not like supporting the heavy weight load. It might be something like duct work where you're doing sheet metal fabrication, but then beyond that you have brazing for refrigerant piping, you have soldering for water piping, but beyond that, another thing that you have to take into consideration right now is that a lot of facilities right now are going away from what they can call hot work. So there's a lot of things that go into effect if you're going to do any type of hot work inside of a facility. So like a building like this, you have sprinklers, you have smoke detectors, you'd have to take some of those systems offline before you'd actually be able to do some of those things inside of a facility. There's certain torch operator certifications that students need to have. There's certain OSHA safety courses that maybe they should be aware of. In addition to being able to perform all those different types of hot work, and it's not just the welding, it's also the grinding. If you're using an angle grinder, you can create sparks. Quite frankly, the fire that just took place in Notre Dame was probably from people working inside of that facility and not taking proper safety precautions. So the real world practical experience, by far the greatest aspect of that is the learning the safety precautions that are required and the diligence that you have to pay attention to everything that you're doing, because there are many, many instances. We also teach something called fire life safety director, which is required in New York City commercial buildings. And there are many, many instances of buildings coming up in flames because of the people that are working in there. In addition to working with compressed gases. So basically the safety, that would be the thing that I believe we need to stress the most in terms of training young people before they even enter the field. Because we literally just came from one of our partners that is a large construction and HVAC contractor, and we're going to be able to place people with jobs with them. But the issue is that person going to be a threat to themselves or other people while they're working together? So that's the first point I would want to stress.
And to make sure I understand, so your focus is on the HVAC aspect?
Basically anything inside of a building, whether that building is commercial, residential, industrial, institutional, we teach everything. We teach from the fire life safety part of it to the backup power to emergency generators. Like there's a wide swath of certifications that are required if you want a job in a commercial building. And the fortunate part about it is they're very lucrative jobs, just most people don't know about it. So a lot of those jobs, you need to have some real world practical experience to get what we call a building engineer or facilities management job. So in terms of being well-rounded, having the practical knowledge in addition to the hands-on can only help you advance that much quicker.
What types of positions do people take in externships?
It all depends. It all depends on their age. It all depends on any previous experience, mechanical experience that they have. Right now, as it's starting to get warmer, you have service companies that are losing their mind trying to hire people. And there is a dearth of talent, specifically in HVAC, but all skilled trades. Because honestly, a lot of people went to college as opposed to going the trade route. Skilled trades in general in this country, we're short. It's going to be at least 500,000 people, probably a lot more than that because of how broad the industry is. So you were saying earlier about starting with the welding and expanding to other things. Like skilled trades, there's a huge demand, a tremendous demand right now. And like frankly, if you wanted to go to my website, taurustech.org, I can show you interviews with people in my field who make $250,000 a year.